Hello and welcome to another episode of Allen Codes. We're working on World War II Armored Warfare, Chapter 4. As before, this is number 7, I think. Anyway, uh, here we go. So we're getting to the trade section of things. The reason I want to do the trades first is because this sets the price list for everything else, is in terms of how much these things cost will determine how much currency there is to begin the game with. Because currency, I don't want them to be able to purchase everything. It's kind of weird. Even if they go full out and they demand all the money from their if they demand all the cash or the invasion script from their crew, and they go and gamble a hell of a lot, then yes, they should be able to afford nearly everything, but only then. So, make it possible, but not anything. Okay, so anyway, things that are going to be available for trades: better rations, a bottle of wine, radio parts, vehicular parts for making modifications. This includes the rubber dampening blocks and sheaths, because you can reduce the sound a tank makes, and so maybe they don't hear you coming away like 5 miles away, they hear you coming 2 miles away, which is still an improvement. Medical kits. There were some good suggestions from the forums about advanced intel, photographs, radio transcripts about the Italians and German forces in Tunisia. There's a chance they'll get less tank shock later on when they encounter a Tiger tank. It's a spoiler. And maybe even set some of the random events to come, so that the player knows what to expect. Alright, there's the idea of camouflage, if that is even spelled correctly. I don't care right now. It's going to be in the British style, because the US uses the olive drab number 9 as it's classified, I think, or been reclassified because the engineers used to call it number 31, I think, but they reclassified it because the army wanted it a specific way. Anyway, the tanks often had yellow stripes and stars, which isn't good for hiding. Buy gas. Sell gas. Now, you might be saying, aren't they going to be able to tank up on somebody else's dime? And the answer is, kinda. I'm going to let them have an additional gas reserve because reasons. It could come up. If you're going to sell medical kits, you can sell your rations. That's another way to make up the shortfall if you happen to be there. Okay, so the first thing I do is need to do a welcoming lockout. Traded. If traded equals 0, you will get the because it'll look differently each time you enter the scene. The first time you go to trade, by far the largest of the tents. Envelops long, not a long block. Envelops countless crates, barrels, and what else? And sacks piled up. Pile up near to the roof. Amongst these wander sergeants and corporals, hunting for this and that as they pry open containers and take a good look. Is that true? Is that what I want to do? Retrieving or adding to the stockpile. most of the gear is American, but there are also sections with the British symbol. I don't know what they put on there. I mean, the Americans used a white star. The British used roundels. I will look this up later. With the British and French tricolor. Sergeant Ray is there. Sergeant Ray is there. The center of things. With a notebook in hand. Okay, so what were we doing for a timestamp? Pulled the scripts. No. I wanted. How was I asked about invasion script? No. Here we go. It's going to be up at the top here. Okay, it's heading out to the 10th. That's not what I wanted. A little further. Crossroads time. And make sure I get both of those so that when I move down here, there we go. Working my fingers out here. Came straight away. And running. It says, as he wafts over the accumulated goods. Got a bit of everything. Got a bit of everything in stock. Maybe more you. Oh, did I set traded as 1 up top? I often do that so that, in which case, so that would never fire. Okay, no, I did not. Did I want to? Do I want to do this then? No. All right, I'm going to control for that then. Nope. Gamble dice, 1. And so those are lockouts, it's fine. The gossip is fine. The maintenance is fine. Yeah, traded 1. Okay. So yeah, we walk into it being set on traded 1 because you've chosen it. When you make the choice, that's when we mark it. If traded 1 less than 2, so this is your first time in. Good. See you, new. Where'd it go? Okay, I need a Jersey phrase. I need to make one up here. Dollar cent says. You know what? We're gonna tie that all together. All right, there we go. He says. Glad you decided to stop by. Right. You forgot it. It says. Okay. Okay. What have you got? Looking for something like raw intel. You'll be wanting the smoke shop. Sergeant Ray says, and points toward a gaggle of bells and joint puff. They're all good gossips. And if you want just the skinny, on things, they have been known to make duplicates. Intel reports. You know, for safety. What have we got? With everything. All right, this needs to go in its own private line. Yeah. All right. Well, it's an additional. Fine. If gossiped. Do a disable reuse there. Bit of everything. Things. Tank. What? I want. Better rations. Bottle of wine. Maybe some video parts. So you can have a ball game. I've been told that at night you can get the East Coast, which may or may not be true. Okay. Can't be legal. It's not illegal. Racist. Great. Especially. Say otherwise. So if you're that in mind. All right. So that's what they were talking about. What if I'm looking for something like the guys' smoke shop were interesting. Yeah, they've got cushy jobs. They've got cushy jobs in. Back in the radios. Towards the gaggle. Oh, good guys though. Good fellas though. You know, for safety. So he's in the loop on that. That was 3. Let's close it out with 4th. All right. So, okay, what do we want to say? Let's talk. Make a list. Make out a list. So, set verbose +2, velocity slightly increased. Stop turkey. I love turkey, and Thanksgiving is coming up. Ray says. Alright, we'll go out to number 2 on that. You might have noticed I'm a lot quieter than I was in the past couple episodes. That's just the way it is with writers. Sometimes I can get effusive and high energy. This right now is a good day, but it's not a quasi-manic day. I'm more thoughtful right now, less explanatory. Alright, and if we lose a little verbose, slightly decreased. No, what is your goose? Okay. Now up here, this is not closed out. You notice it's just traded 2. Plus 2. Back again. Well, know the rundown. Let's talk turkey. Like Thanksgiving. Oops, not what I wanted. And this just essentially skips the and then to close it out, either really good at this or really damn. So, what do you need? Okay, so, and that'll take us over to this part. The actual part of the trades, yay, not the prep for the trades or anything. Choice. Consider. And this will just be a rundown of stuff that you haven't bought yet and may not need. If radio parts over X, then mention this. All right. Oh geez, this is a allow reuse. That's important because if they enter it into with a different, I don't think I allowed that for up in one of these. Oh, and I've also failed to do that. Okay. And then the scripts. Deserve to keep their scripts. How else? Going to blow off steam. There will be traders later. Might mean fresh eggs or chicken. All right, I believe number 4 is what I wanted for that. Check my Yep, okay. And again, when you find things like that, you should generally tackle them first, unless there's a reason to delay. Allow reuse. No, I don't need it for there. Here I do. Allow reuse. That way this opens back up the disable reuse later on, and if I happen to do anything else, I don't. Everything else is done with variables, but I cannot do that with the first one. If you try to do an if variable on the first choice, the game will crash. And it's one of those little things. Okay. So what are we doing? What kind of rations do we have? All right. Let me just grab. Okay. Parts. You know, I haven't done that with something else. I haven't put in the option to, because there right now are 5 different upgrades. Well, 4 really. Morse code. Can you send messages? Do you get long range, or can you get the infantry frequencies? You know what? I want. No, I didn't want that. Damn it. Tank stat. Radio. Airplane frequencies. No. So if you want to talk to the planes up top, that requires more, it's a thing. I'm not going to get into it, it's a technical matter. All right, so... It's not knocked out. Radio parts. Okay. So we're going to do radio parts trade. Radio parts trade. Buy some radio parts. installed properly. Can't get far. Inquire about somebody. Not a radio these days. It's damn criminal. They want you to send. If you aren't commander. But anyhow, how many do you want? They're a hot item. Be around. Now we'll go for a choice. This is a okay. Now we're going to sew one part, 2 scripts, 2 parts, 4 scripts. Do I allow them to barter? I don't want to have a bartering subgame. No. All right. And then we go sub the up the radio. All right, there we go. So we're going to have to do a go sub here to when they're going to improve the radio, which will use whatever parts because they've got technical support here. It'll be fast, it'll be easy. There'll probably be less of an expenditure of radio parts than if you try to do it in the field. Because while Nelson or Piazza are good, they aren't necessarily perfect or the best or well trained in that art. Nelson can certainly do it, but here you can do it for we'll call it 1 less than what it would normally cost. And now I need to figure out what each of those different stats here are going to cost in terms of radio parts. Some of the higher frequencies probably require 2, sending 2, long range probably 1, Morse code probably 1. And then if there's anything else, I'll have to add it in later. But anyway, I've run out of time. I've got a meeting in 5 minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed this little walk through Creative Territory, even though I'm a little more chill perhaps than I have been in the past episodes. Hopefully you've learned something. I've certainly learned things. Learned plenty of things not to do that I keep doing nonetheless. But stay safe out there, huh? And take care. Thanks.